in light of what we expect this weekend to be tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters marching across Auckland Harbour Bridge, gathered from around the country, how should our government be responding?
I think it's time for the government to respond. It's not just pro-Palestinian marchers. There'll be people there who want to see international law taken seriously. And at the moment, unfortunately, in Gaza, international law has been the big casualty. Humanitarian law has not been respected. War crimes have clearly been committed on a regular basis. It's time, I think, that New Zealand got off the fence and made it quite clear where it stood about the recognition of a Palestinian state. But I think it needs to do more than take that symbolic step. It needs also to think about practical measures that it can take with other liberal democracies. What sort of practical measures? I think acting as part of a multilateral grouping of liberal democracies, such measures as curbing diplomatic representation of Israel in liberal democratic countries, applying sanctions. That is a big deal, particularly for Israel in the EU. About 34% of Israeli exports go to the EU. And I think the time for sitting and waiting for something to happen is over. The situation in Gaza is desperate and it has global ramifications, none of which are good news for this country. And I think the government needs to respond to the growing sense of frustration in the country about the situation in the Middle East. And there are quite concrete steps the government can take, along with its allies, to, I think, put pressure on the Netanyahu government.